What's going on, guys? This is Sheikh, and today I'm going to be discussing about an incident that happened recently on Twitter. The people that's on YouTube and strictly on YouTube, they don't know what happened on Twitter, so I'm going to be explaining in this video. And the people who are on Twitter, who read what happened, you guys really don't know the full details, so this video will actually tell you all the details there is to know about what happened that night. My hair is a mess right now, so please ignore this. I just woke up and I'm like, oh shit, I have to do this video today. Before we start this video, I request everyone to go down below, hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell notification, and hit the like button. And yeah, let's begin the video. The incident that occurred was with Kareem. First of all, I just wanted to say before I start the video, Kareem, he was a genuine guy. I mean, I wouldn't say he was a genuine guy because that was probably a character he played and I didn't know of. But the time that I had with him, it was a really good time. He always tried helping me and this and that. But within his help, it would be more about, if I help you, you help me. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be like from the heart, like, I'll help you, He would be like, oh, if I help you, you'll have to help me. If I shoot today, you have to shoot for me tomorrow. That's pretty much how it was. But that's not the topic of this thing. The topic is what happened that night. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin the talk about the incident. So it all happened a couple of weeks ago when I went to Kareem's house, right? Jay left and Khalil, they all went their own ways. I was with Kareem by myself, and then we went out to eat. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. So, we were just having talks about YouTube and stuff. And then I asked them, I'm like, yo, answer this honestly. When did you feel was the downfall of your YouTube career? He could have literally said anything, But his answer was,
it was when I met you guys.
That's what he said, which I felt like was really up. Like how he put the blame on us for his downfall. Realistically speaking, the downfall isn't really because of us. It's more about his negativity, his hate that he has towards people. That's what brings the downfall. But yeah, he said it was us, right? I kept my cool that night, Like, even though I knew how messed up that was, I kept my cool. I didn't say anything to him. That night went by, and then the next day I was on the phone with Jay. We were just discussing something, right? And then I'm like, oh yeah. And then I explained to him what happened. I explained to him what Kareem said. Since Jay was involved in this, so Jay had the right to know. So I told Jay, I'm like, yo, this is what he said, blah, blah, blah. What do you think? Without hesitation, Jay went on the group chat and he said, he's like, oh, what you said was wrong, blah, like he sent a whole essay. A couple minutes later, Kareem replied and he was like, yo, let me guess, Sheikh said this, right? Oh, Sheikh's a liar, he's doing this, Sheikh is trying to stir things between me and you, Sheikh is doing that, Sheikh is that. Basically, he was lying through his teeth. Like, I was like reading, I'm like, oh my god. Like, I swear to you guys, I'm not even bullshitting. I told straight word for word what Kareem told me, and he was literally changing up the whole story. Like, the whole story was literally converted. When he was writing in the group chat, he was like, oh no, Sheikh said this, Sheikh said that. And I told him in the group chat, right? We were arguing. I'm like, yo, say wallah. I'm like, if you're a firm believer of God, swear on God that you didn't say it. He didn't swear. So we just kept arguing back and forth. Instead of talking about what happened that night between me and him, he started bringing my past. He was like, yo, Jay, Sheikh said this long time ago about you. Sheikh did this, Sheikh did that. Like, that's another topic. But right now we're talking about this. But he wasn't defending himself. He was more trying to attack me, or he was trying to get Jay to go against me. Like, that's pretty much how it went. So we just had a really long argument, and then we just stopped talking. The whole chat was dead, basically, right? So then came the other night, and that's when this incident became a little more deep. He put a tweet up. He was like,
the New York show is canceled because my friends can't make it.
Now, I was on my way back to New York from Maryland that night. I was on the bus, and I was like reading. I'm like, what does us dropping out have to do with your show? It's your freaking show. We're features. We don't have to have that importance. We can either come or we can leave. It's not like it's important, you know what I mean? It's your show. But obviously there was another truth behind it. But he just needed an excuse to cancel and blame it on us. Basically, one thing I realized that night about him is that he uses his friends as scapegoats. He basically used us as a scapegoat to divert the attention that there was other issues going on with the whole New York show. And I felt like that was wrong. I'm like, that's not a friend kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like, that's one thing. And then the other night when we argued was another thing. Like, he's just pinning his friend. And honestly, I didn't want friends like that, you know what I mean? I had a rough time with friends, and I didn't want to be friends with someone else and go through the same thing. So I'm like, you know what? I have to tweet him directly for this, you know what I mean? I don't care if this is gonna end our relationship, but I have to tweet him directly because I just didn't like how he pinned everything on us. So I tweeted that to him. I'm like, yo, bro, with all due respect, what does us canceling have to do with your show? He didn't reply. Obviously, he's not gonna reply. How is he gonna reply? What's he gonna reply with? There's nothing he can read. He can't be like, oh, I need you guys, he can't really say that because it's his show. He always told us that we're featured. He didn't say anything about that it's all of our show. He said it's his show. That's pretty much what bothered me. And that's when Twitter like got heated that night. Like everyone just came from all corners and then they were discussing the matter. And that's pretty much how the night ended. I said my bit, he didn't say anything, and yeah, and then I went to sleep. And then the next morning I wake up and I see that someone tweeted me saying Sheikh finally unfollowed Kareem. So I was like, what the hell? I never unfollowed him. So I go to his account and I see that he blocked me. It said, you have been blocked by blah blah blah. I just felt like it was such a childish behavior. Like, we didn't argue or anything for you to block me. You know, nobody had an argument. I said my point of view. You could have easily defended that, but no, you had to block me. I felt like that was very childish. You know, he's like, I don't even know how old. He's like 28, 29. I'm not sure. But the fact that he blocked me was such a childish move. I felt some type of way. And then I realized that he also blocked a lot of people. Like over hundreds of people were tweeting me, welcome to the block party, because he also blocked them. But nonetheless, that's pretty much what happened that night. That's pretty much the incident for you guys. Now you guys know what happened and what I went through. Like all these years that I stood by him, I generally thought that he changed. Like obviously I've noticed a lot of stuff, a lot of shady stuff that he does, but I never mentioned it to him. You know, I felt like it was just a one-time thing, that he won't do it again or it won't happen again. But it continuously happened, and it happened again and again and again. And that's where I got really fed up and I had to. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna tweet this guy. I'm gonna make this public. Since he publicly pinned us, I had to publicly reply to that. There's a lot of stuff I regret, and one of them would be sticking by him all these years when no one else did. Honestly, like now it makes sense why no one stood by him, because of his character. What's done is done. That's pretty much what happened. That's pretty much the incident. Anyways, now you guys know the truth. I really didn't want to do this video, but since the incident happened in public and a lot of people have a lot of questions, I decided to make this video to answer all your questions that you guys may have. That's pretty much where I stand now and what happened. Hope you guys still support me and support this decision of mine, and I hope you guys continuously show love to my videos and show love to me on Twitter, Instagram, and everything. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another new video. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. I love you guys once again, and that's a wrap, and peace.